Hi, how are you? I hope you're so good. I got my tarot cards with me. We're doing like old school style today. I don't have my microphone. I'm just chilling. You guys are going to hear the cards rumbling as I pull them, but it's 11:11 on August 30th. I just dropped some tarot cards. Hold on. Oh my god. I'm not editing this like anything. I'm just going to put it up here. So you'll see me be a mess, but here we are. Anyway, August 30th, it's a full moon in Pisces. Trying to get this chair. Okay. Full moon in Pisces. So here we are. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you are not too lost in the sauce of the full moon in Pisces, the emotional moon in Pisces. What I've been seeing for a lot of clients lately has been release work about the past, like so much past stuff, choosing to lay things to rest. And if that's where you're at, I want you to know it's all good. At least saying that you're not going to hold on to it. Sometimes things do resurface, and it's not because we're digging them up. It's just something that naturally happens. But then we have to choose to say, okay, I'm going to let this be what it is instead of ruminating on it or like, again, playing too long in what has already happened. So really opening up to accepting things and just letting things be. So let's get into September's readings. Instead of doing a card, instead of doing a reading every week, I'm just going to do a month ahead reading for September for the collective. So that's what we're going to get for September. That is what feels aligned. All right, so we're starting off with the Four of Wands in the reverse position, the Six of Swords, the Nine of Cups, bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to jump out. I'll just keep these going. We have a mix of everything. Every single tool is used here. So in the Magician card, there's the Wands, the Swords, the Cups, and the Pentacles. So we have a lot of different energy that we're being that we're using this month. Okay, nothing flew out, so we'll just let it kind of be what it is. But September is really giving detaching. September is really about a spiritual lesson. And I really feel like it is about our inner wisdom. So the Nine of Cups is what is standing out the most to me. And really protecting ourselves, like protecting our spirit, protecting what we've worked really hard to build in our lives. And I keep getting that this is more of an emotional thing than anything else. And the reason I say that with the Nine is like it's connected to the Hermit. So that is actually Virgo energy, which is what we're moving into in September. Especially now, because we're already in Virgo season. That happened on August 23rd. But with this is, you've like really worked to be able to maintain your composure. You've worked really hard to be able to hear your intuition and to know what your intuition is when it's connecting to you. That didn't happen overnight. That took a lot of time. It took a lot of energy. It took a lot of tears, right? It took a lot of studying and putting that study into practice. So you're protecting your hard work this month in September. I feel like there's a few things that might pop up that really try to throw you off course and maybe even make you believe that you haven't done as much work as you really have done. Now, I want to just myth bust something. just because we've learned a lesson doesn't mean that we won't necessarily go through something similar again. There's times where we get to the top of the mountain and we're like, oh my God, I never have to climb this mountain again. I've learned this lesson. I'm good. I'm like temptation free. I got this. And you kind of think to yourself, like, I'm never going to experience this again or anything like this again. But that is a trap, because that sets you up for being really, really hard on yourself when you inevitably experience something similar again, like losing your patience over a certain situation that you thought you were done with. A person that left and has been gone for years that you thought was never going to pop back up again, but here they are, and here you are getting all twisted up about it. Okay, what you need to do this month is be more objective. Go back into creating some space between what you have swirling around you and yourself. That distancing can be done through your meditation, through continuing to be disciplined with your spiritual practices, and slowing down. You know, like the Virgo card, the Hermit card, it is all about pulling away from the distractions. But first you have to know, like, what is distracting you? What is actually disrupting your peace? So go ahead and think about some of that today, right? And as we go throughout the month, and just kind of observe, like, what, again, gets you real twisted and what maintains your peace. This is where I think we're going to all be flowing. The Four of Wands in the reverse position is saying, like, yeah, there's times where things are not going to be going the way you planned. And you could have put in your effort, but really nothing happened from it. And that does not mean that there's something wrong. Another thing I keep getting with the Four of Wands, it's kind of like opportunities come to you and they're close to being what you want to say yes to, but they're not a yes. So your discernment is important, and you might have to leave money on the table. Okay, you might have to do more work because this opportunity sounds easy, but it's not actually aligned. So in order to sort of make up that difference, you have to still do things that you're like, ugh, like this is the boring stuff, not the exciting opportunity that I wanted. Okay, that's kind of just like the way I see things going about in the Four of Wands. So just be really clear about what you're saying yes to. The Six of Swords, again, makes me think like you're going to have to move on past some of these things that just don't feel, that they're just not right. Yeah, they're just not right for you because they would make you compromise not your integrity, but they make you compromise, like, I guess maybe like your worth, or the emotional toll or the emotional cost of saying yes to this isn't worth it. It's something like that. But the Six of Swords is actually progress despite the feelings. So this is why we need to remember that feelings about a situation are not necessarily facts about the situation or the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is, like, you're growing. That's happening in the number 6. It might just feel like you're not. It might just feel like nothing is coming through, or you're just saying no, no, no to a bunch of things, and you're like, where is my yes? You're like hyper-focusing on that. 5 of Pentacles, again, tells me that, like, there's just going to be some opportunities that feel close to what you want, but not exactly what you want. And I need you to remember that you're not a victim of this by any means. You want to make sure you're not choosing a victim mindset, that you're not a martyr. That's not going to get you anywhere. That's not going to help you feel empowered. It's not going to make you... people aren't going to want to help you either, like if you have a constant victim mindset. So just be really careful about how you're presenting yourself. Like, sometimes the 5 of Pentacles can be this card of, like, you're acting like you really are lost in the snow. Like, let's take this card literally, like these people out here. You're acting like all these doors are slamming in your face and you don't have a place to go and you can't support yourself. Like, you're acting way more dramatic than you need to about some of these no's. And again, go back to your biggest spiritual lesson. It is about being present in the moment, and it is about letting go of all of the distractions. The mind is going to present you a million distractions and say, this next thing needs to be it. This next thing needs to be it. That person needs to like me. This idea needs to be good. But all of that is just noise. Protect your peace by keeping your life simple in the month of September. I also feel like the purging energy comes from Virgo, of just recognizing like there's a lot of clutter. Again, distraction, right? But this could be clutter in your physical world. This could be clutter again in your mental, emotional world, whatever, all of them. Keep it simple in the month of September. That's pretty much the theme. And keeping it simple is what protects your peace. And it's what keeps you connected to, like, how can I say this? Like, it's like what keeps you in the zone and flow. Because you're not wasting so much time out of it with worry and with the distraction. Because if you're in that space, it's harder to get back on track, right? It's like harder to get back on task or harder to get back into that flow vibe. But if you protect yourself, you're far less likely, to like pop out of that little zone anyway. So yeah, that's what I get for September. I'm really curious to see how it's going to manifest for everybody. I know for myself, I'm really looking forward to the change that I'm going to be experiencing because I'm moving soon from Mexico to San Diego. So there's a lot of different stuff on deck for me. And I know that I'm probably going to be super tested. But again, I'm going to keep it as simple as possible to maintain my peace. But I hope that this supports you. I love you. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.